In the quiet village of Dodleston, England, a place where the streets were lined with centuries-old houses, and the wind carried the whispers of the past, something happened in the 1980s that still baffles investigators and ghost hunters alike. Ken Webster, a mild-mannered teacher, moved into a house he thought was ordinary. Its brick walls and timber beams were charming, the kind of place you could imagine living in peacefully. But soon, it became anything but ordinary. One chilly evening, as Ken settled into his study, he powered up a borrowed BBC microcomputer, a machine that seemed perfectly normal. But as he typed his first lines of code, strange messages began to appear on the screen. Soft typing sound. They were from someone named Lucas. But Lucas claimed he was living in the same house, in the year 1541. At first, Ken laughed it off. Perhaps a prank from a previous tenant, or a simple computer glitch. But the details were too precise. Lucas knew the layout of the house. The creaking floorboards, the fireplace in the main hall, the odd little cupboard under the stairs. Things that only someone who had lived there centuries ago could know. Ken shared the messages with his friends, and as more messages appeared, they became increasingly cryptic, more personal. Some messages even contained warnings. Low whispering. Do not touch the cabinet in the hall. It hides what you do not understand. The computer would type by itself. Numbers, symbols, sequences that seemed meaningless. And yet, every so often, the messages hinted at future events. One message even referenced Fermat's last theorem, a problem that would not be proven for another decade. Ken's curiosity grew into unease. He tried to trace the origin, called in tech experts, but no one could explain it. Was it a ghost trapped in the house? A message traveling through time? Or perhaps some anomaly in the computer itself? Some suggested the house sat on a ley line, a place where the fabric of time and energy might be thin, a spot where past, present, and future could converge. Others thought it was an elaborate hoax. Perhaps someone had coded a program with extraordinary knowledge, but Ken swore by what he saw. Objects in the house would move. Small things at first. A book sliding across the table. A chair slightly shifted. But sometimes, larger things. A window left open. Symbols scratched into walls. Shadows flickering where no one stood. Every time the computer turned on, more messages would appear, addressed directly to him. Ken, watch the next message. The story became so strange that Ken began documenting everything, writing down each message, each event, in meticulous detail. In his book, The Vertical Plane. But even then, no explanation could satisfy the questions. Who was Lucas? How could messages appear from the past, or even the future? Could a computer be haunted? Or was this a glitch, a crack in reality itself? Ken's friends reported feeling uneasy too, sitting in the study, listening to the soft tapping of the keys, feeling as though unseen eyes were watching. Some villagers swore they heard typing from the house late at night, though the windows were dark, no lights on. No one inside. Scholars debated, was it a haunting, a temporal anomaly, or simply a coincidence? Some believed the messages were proof that the past can reach into the present, that time is not as rigid as we think. Others warned it was a cautionary tale, about interacting with forces we do not understand. The house still stands, and while Ken moved on, the computer, the messages, and the mystery remain unsolved. Some researchers attempted to replicate the messages using other computers. None succeeded. Others tried to simulate a prank. But the level of knowledge required seemed impossible. It was as though the machine itself was aware, listening, watching, waiting. People who read the messages described a chill running deep. Make sure to like and subscribe. And listen closely the next time you turn on a shortwave radio. You never know what you might hear.